Hey everyone, this is Stevie here from NSN Tech Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing something different. An app. It's called Newton Mail by Cloud Magic. So today, instead of conducting the review like I normally do, where I'm in front of the camera the whole time with the review item, I'm actually going to be conducting the review at my desk, so then you can see the app in action along with the app on a different device and how it works with normal emails. So that's going to be the whole review, and I'm also going to be getting the audio from that using a Sony lavalier mic, which is a review item that I'm going to be reviewing in the future, and once I finish that video, I'll probably put the link to that video in the description here, so then you can check that out. So let's go right in. So this is a paid app. It's $50 a year, but that only comes out to about $4 a month. And what you're really paying for is the convenience of having all your emails into one place and the functionality, and we're going to get back into the functionality a little later. So it's a one-time payment, and it charges you yearly on either the App Store, which is iOS, or on the Play Store. So this app I think it's fantastic. It's well made and it looks great on both Android and iOS. Here, let's take a look on Android here. Let's swipe up. So here you can see it has very similar layout, except it's just red up here. It looks just like the iOS app. So you're not getting much of a disparity between the two operating systems. And here it is even on a $50 phone. So again, you can see it looks exactly the same. So that's nice to have the continuity between all different devices. So now for the functionality of it. Let's get that there focused. Is that focused? No. Good. So here you can see I have one email in this test email account, and we'll get more into sending emails and snoozing them. So here you can see I can, pulling on it, I can swipe right to delete, or I can swipe more right to archive. So then, I can swipe like that to delete it, or I can swipe all the way and archive it. It's really useful, but you also have two different functions on the other side. So here you have snooze, which then you can choose a later time for your app or for actually the email to come back into your inbox. So what this is going to do is it's going to send the email into just a folder on the side called snoozed, and it's not going to appear in your inbox here. And so that's really useful if you have a cluttered inbox and you want this to remind you at a later time, like to check the email. So it will actually send you a notification and say that this email is now no longer snoozed. Check it out. And then you can go here and you can swipe further right and you can actually move the email. So let's test out a snooze on this phone. So here I'm going to lay that down. Let's move this up a little bit. Let's see if we can see that. So here you can see I have another test email open. And so what I'm going to do is open this up. I just have this little test email written, so then we can test the snooze function. So I send it now down here. We should be getting the email. There we go. It's on my iPhone. Let's see. Will the Android update? Yep. The Android has that, and so does the $50 phone. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to snooze it for 5 minutes. So let's pick a date. Today it's 3:21 right now, so let's set it to 3:26. Done. Now you see it's gone, so now the email won't be in our inbox until 3:26. We can check here on the Android, and it's still in here, refresh, and it's going to disappear. And then here on the $50 phone, we're gonna have to do the same, refresh. Oh, it's already gone. So now we have all three without the email because it's snoozed. And so there you have the ability to use multiple devices with all your emails on this app. And so then you don't have to worry about which one has what. So let's set a timer here for 5 minutes on the Note 3. Actually set it to 4 minutes because it's been a minute already. 4 minutes. Start. Let's let that count down. Okay, here we go. Let's just close that out. Don't need that phone anymore. Here we can see, let's focus in on this. All right, this is a test, and see that little L thing? I don't know what it's called, but that's the indication of a snoozed email. So if we check the Android devices, since I'm actually getting all the emails on my iPhone, and that's the one that I set it up with, the Android devices aren't updating as soon as they would, or they're not sending notifications, but they are updating. You saw right there on that one that the email was there. It just wasn't giving me a notification because this one was sending out the notifications. So here you can see we do have that snooze back, and that's going to be like a very useful feature if you have a bunch of cluttered emails and you just want to clear out some space, or to remind yourself to read a certain email. Now, going back to those swiping functionalities where I can do like that and delete or archive, you can actually modify those. So let's go into settings here. Let's go into general, then inbox swipes, and here we go. We can swipe right. We can actually change that to any of these, and so I changed mine to these because this is what I found to be most useful. You get used to these quick, and once you start using them, you can never stop using them. They're just so useful compared to like Google's stock app for iOS, which has none of the functionality of this. Now, to go back, let's go to one of my favorite functions of this app, and that's the read receipts. So let's go here and make a test email. Let's send it to our NSN test email 2. Subject read. Let's type read. Hi. Alright, so what we're going to do is click this little icon here. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's turn this down. So you can see that little clock icon. That is what's going to have the follow-up, as they call it, the follow-up options. So here we can notify when read and remind if not replied, so snooze after sending, same thing. Or you can actually send later. That is my second favorite. You can write up your email and then send it whenever you want, and it will send it automatically at that time. Alright, so then you can also add in some pictures or files, whatever. But what we're most interested right now is notify when read. So let's send that. It gives you a little bit of time before it actually sends it, before you can actually undo it, so that if you make a mistake, you can undo it real quick, and you can fix it before it actually sends it out. So now it's actually sent. So let's go back up here to this computer. Oh, let's turn down the shutter. Focus. Here we go. So here you see read. Now I have my iPhone here. It says notify when read. So let's click that. All right. And then here we are. We have a little notification saying just read. And that is awesome, because then you know exactly when someone's seen your email and if they see it and they don't reply to it. So let's go to our sent mail here, and you can see that there's the 2 check marks there right next to read, and that means that they read it. They'll turn blue once it's read. So let's go back to our inbox, and I think that's just about it. So I love this app, and I found myself to be using it a lot, and actually I think I've put in 5 emails. So overall, it's a great functionality app. It looks great on both Android and iOS, and it's very similar experience, so then when you use one, you don't get confused with the other. The only difference between the 2 versions of the app is that I found with Android that it's also called Newton Mail and Calendar. And I think what the calendar stands for is down here, you have your Google calendars. So in November, you see I have an event on the 29th, and that I set up a year ago on my Google Calendar. So that's another perk of this app, if you have Android, is you can go in and you can see all of your emails, and you can see right here your calendar too. So it's awesome to have that ability just to be able to go in and have one app that does everything. You can go in, see an email, and it'll say, hey, are you free on this day? Then you just go here, check out your calendar, and you can say, yeah, I'm free. So overall, I would highly recommend this because it is a great app. I was provided the service for free in order for me to give my unbiased review, and honestly, this is my unbiased opinion. It's a great app. Only $4 a month, which is not bad at all. And if you look at it on the App Store, that's what a lot of people hate about it, is just the price. And I don't see why they would complain, because it is an app that is great for what it is. It's going to give you a lot of functionality. It's going to help with a lot of email accounts. And I think this app would be best for someone who would, have multiple accounts and or sends emails multiple times a day on a mobile device, or uses email for a way of communicating with someone, because it just adds the extra level of functionality. It helps makes things a lot faster. You can delete emails faster, you can archive them faster, move them. It's just so much simpler than with the stock apps that come with iOS and Android. So I think that overall, the $4 a month price tag or the $50 a year price tag is definitely worth it, and that seems to be everyone's complaint, is just the price. So if you have the means, definitely try out this app. It has a free trial for 14 days, and it is amazing.